Good morning, children. So, here we are starting with a new chapter, that is ledger. So, if you remember, while discussing the basic introduction about accounting, we discussed the meaning of accounting as that accounting is the process of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting financial transactions in a chronological or date wise order. So, the work of recording is done in the book of journal that we have already discussed. Now we are starting with the work of classifying. So, after the transactions are recorded in a date wise order in the book of journal, what we need to do is we need to classify the similar nature transactions in an account form. That means all the transactions related to purchase of goods at one place, all the transactions related to sale of goods at one place, all the transactions related to a particular furniture at one place, etc. So the work of classifying the similar nature transactions in an account form is known as classification, which is done in the book of ledger. So let us discuss all entries recorded in journal or special purpose subsidiary books are classified, and in order to ascertain the position of a particular account, all transactions related to that particular account are collected at one place in ledger. Basically, ledger is a book which contains all accounts of the business enterprise, whether personal, real, or nominal. That means we need to prepare all the accounts, whether it is of personal account nature, real account, or nominal account. The process of classifying journal entries in ledger is known as posting. The recording of transactions in an entry form in the book of journal is known as journalizing, whereas the process of classifying or recording journal entries in the ledger is known as posting. This is a very important part. Now the definition. Here you can see two definitions given by two different people. You can do any definition which you feel good or you feel easy to remember. The first one being according to L.C. Cropper, he says that the book which contains a classified and permanent record of all the transactions of a business is called the ledger. And according to J.R. Bartley Boy, the ledger is the chief book of accounts, and it is in this book that all the business transactions would ultimately find their place under their accounts in a duly classified form. That means all the transactions will be at one place where they belong to. The similar nature transactions will be recorded at one place. So you can do any one definition which you think is easy. Now this is the format of ledger. The left hand side will be the debit side and the right hand side will be the credit side. On the left hand side, that is the debit side, there will be 4 columns: date, particulars, JF. JF stands for journal folio. That means the account which is posted here has been recorded as an entry in the page number so and so in the book of journal. Then amount, and the same 4 columns will be repeated on the right hand side, which is also known as the credit side, that is date, particulars, journal folio, and amount. So if you see, there are altogether 8 columns in the format of journal. Number 1 being date, particulars, journal folio, amount on the debit side, and the same columns date, particulars, journal folio, and amount on the credit side. Then one thing which is very important, you should remember that whatever we write or whatever we post on the debit side of the ledger account, that starts with the word to, to. And whatever we write or post on the credit side, on the right hand side of an account, of a ledger account, that starts with the word by, by. That is the rule. If you do not write this, your marks will be deducted. So repeating again, whatever is posted on the debit side of a ledger account starts with the word to, and whatever is posted on the credit side, on the right hand side, starts with the word by, that is by. Then there are certain points to remember which will help you in posting the ledger entries or the journal entries into the book of ledger. Number 1, separate account is prepared for every similar nature transactions. As many as new transactions you come across in the journal entry, the same number of transactions you will be maintaining. For example, if the first entry is cash account debited to capital account, so there are 2 accounts. So while preparing the ledger, you will prepare a cash account and a capital account. Then suppose the next entry is purchase to Ram. So the next, now you will be making one more account, purchase account, another account again you will be making the entry or account Ram. So altogether 4 accounts you have prepared: cash, capital, purchase and Ram. Now suppose the third entry is cash account debited to sales account. So now you require cash account and sales account, but cash account you have already maintained, already prepared. So whatever the transaction is related to cash will be posted in the same cash account which you have already prepared. But now you just need to make once again sales account. Suppose the next entry is purchase to cash. So in this case you will not prepare any new account, because purchase account also you have prepared in advance and sales cash account also you have prepared in advance. You will just post the entries in the ledger. Then the second point, the process of recording journal entry in ledger is known as posting, that we have already discussed. The third point, we will not record the transaction the account of which is prepared. That means whatever account we are preparing, suppose if we are preparing cash account, then and if in the entry cash account is debited, then we will not record the debit aspect, rather we will record the credit aspect. That means in the account which we are preparing, the same name, the same account, the same word will not be used. If you are preparing cash account, you cannot write cash in that particular account. And again, continuing with the same example, if cash, you are preparing cash account and cash account is debited in the entry, then you will not record the debit aspect, because you are preparing the cash account only. You will record the opposite aspect, that is the credit aspect, and whatever is credited in the entry is posted on the debit side in the ledger, and whatever is debited in the entry is posted on the credit side of the ledger. This is the basic rule. So as you can see, for example, in an entry where bank account is debited and cash account is credited, while preparing the cash account we will record only the bank aspect and cash word will not be used. On the contrary, if you are preparing the bank account, you will record the cash aspect and bank word will not be used. The fourth point, the same rule which I was discussing with you. The account which is debited in the entry will be posted on the credit side, and the account which is credited in the entry will be posted on the debit side in the ledger. And one rule we remember, that whatever is posted on the debit side of the ledger starts with the word to, to, and whatever is posted on the credit side of the ledger starts with the word by, that is by. Let us consider an example to make it more clear to you children. Example: pass the necessary journal entries and also prepare the ledger accounts. Number 1, first of all you will be preparing the journal entry and then you will be posting them into ledger. So number 1, started business with cash rupees 30,000. What will be the entry? We have already discussed in the journal chapter. Cash account debited 30,000 to capital account 30,000. Now while preparing ledger, you need to prepare two accounts. One, cash account, where you will post the credit aspect, that is the capital, and capital is credited in the entry, therefore you will post it on the debit side as to capital account. As you can see here, in the cash account you have posted on the debit side to capital account 30,000. And another account which you will prepare is the capital account. Capital, when the capital account is prepared, you will not record the capital aspect because capital is credited. Now you will record the debit aspect. And what is debited? Cash account. And whatever, we know the rule that whatever is debited in the entry will be posted on the credit side. So here on the credit side we'll write by cash account 30,000. Next entry, purchased goods for rupees 20,000 in cash. What will be the journal entry? Purchase account debited 20,000 to cash account 20,000. For this you require purchase account, and cash account you do not require to prepare again because you have already prepared the cash account. Now if you see the entry purchase account debited to cash account, While preparing the purchase account, you will not write the purchase, rather, and since purchase is debited in the entry, you will record the credit aspect. What is credited? Cash account. And since it is credited in the entry, you will post it on the debit side of purchase account. As you can see, in the purchase account on the debit side, we have posted to cash account 20,000. And come back to the same cash account which you have prepared for the first entry. Now when you are preparing the cash account, you will not use the word cash. Whatever you have, basically, since cash is debited in the entry, so you will record the credit aspect, right? That we have discussed in case of purchases. Now in case of cash, since cash in this entry is credited, so you will record the debit aspect. And what is debited? Purchase account. So whatever is debited in the entry will be posted on the credit side. So on the credit side, we have written by purchase account 20,000. Coming back to the third, purchased goods from Ash rupees 20,000 on credit. What will be the entry? Purchase account debited 20,000 to Ash 20,000. We will not write the word account because Ash is a human being. Now, which two accounts we require to prepare? Purchase and Ash. Now, purchase account we have already prepared, so we will not prepare it once again. While posting the entry in purchase account, since purchase account is debited, so we will post the credit aspect. What is credited in the entry? Ash is credited in the entry. And Ash is credited in the entry, therefore Ash will be posted on the debit side of purchase account as to Ash 20,000. Now while preparing Ash account, Ash is credited in the entry, therefore we will record the debit aspect. And what is debited in the entry? Purchase account. Now since purchase account is debited in the entry, therefore it will be posted on the credit side of Ash, that is by purchase account 20,000. Next, paid rent 1,000. Now rent account debited 1,000 to cash account 1,000. Which two accounts you require for this? Rent and cash. So cash we have already prepared, you need not prepare it once again. Now while preparing the cash account, since cash is credited in the entry, so which aspect you will record? You will record the debit aspect. What is debited in the entry? Rent account. And since rent account is debited, so what we will record? Where we will post this? In cash account we will post it on the credit side as by rent account 1,000. And while preparing the rent account, as you can see here, while preparing the rent account, since rent is debited in the entry, so we will record the credit aspect. And what is credited? Cash account is credited. So, and since cash account is credited, therefore cash will be posted on the debit side as to cash account 1,000. Then the last example, received interest rupees 500. What will be the entry? Cash account debited to interest account 500. Now which two accounts do we need to prepare for this? Cash account and interest account. Now in this case, cash account is already prepared, as you can see. So cash account, while we prepare the cash account is debited in the entry, therefore we will record the credit aspect. And what is credited in the entry? Children, interest is credited in the entry. So interest will be posted on the debit side as to interest account 500. Then while preparing the interest account, since interest is credited in the entry, therefore we will record the debit aspect. And what is debited in the entry? Cash account. And since cash account is debited in the entry, therefore cash account will be posted on the credit side of interest account as by cash account 500. So I hope children the posting is clear to you, and especially the points. So do remember this question, do revise these examples once again, children. Now the balancing figure. How do we balance the accounts? That means just now we just learned how to post the entries. Now we will learn how to close the various ledger accounts, how to balance them. So as you can read, the balancing figure has to be calculated and the account has to be balanced at the end of every month or every year, as the case may be. That means after posting the entries in an account form, each and every account is required to be closed, required to be balanced, required to be made equal at the end of the month, at the end of every month, or at the end of the year, as the case may be, depending on the situation and organization. Second point, The accounts are to be closed at the end of every year. Balancing is done at the end of every month, and all the accounts needs to be closed at the end of every year. The third point, very important children, accounts related to goods are closed at the end of accounting year by transferring it to trading account. How do we close the accounts related to goods at the end of the accounting year? The accounts related to goods are closed by transferring its balance to trading account at the end of the year. And accounts related to goods means opening stock, closing stock, purchases, sales, purchase return, sales return, like this. Then nominal account transactions are closed at the end of every year by transferring it to profit and loss account. So all the nominal account transactions are closed at the end of every year by transferring its balance to the profit and loss account. And all the nominal accounts, as we have discussed, will be closed by transferring its balance to the profit and loss account. Then the fifth point, the accounts other than the above two accounts, that means personal account and real account, except the accounts related to goods, because if you remember, purchase sales are a part of nominal account and stock is a part of real account. So that means all the personal account and real accounts and all the accounts other than goods are recorded, are closed by transferring its balance, as you can see, are closed by transferring them as to balance carried down or by balance carried down to the next year. That means we will not transfer its balance to trading account or to profit and loss account, rather it will be transferred as by balance carried down or to balance carried down. C/D stands for carried down. That means we are carrying forward this balance to the next accounting year. So let us discuss the element of balancing, how the balancing is done, how the closing is done. I have taken the same ledger account balances as I had taken in the previous example. There I just had posted, I just tried to explain you how to post the journal entries into ledger, and in this example I'll be showing you that how the ledger accounts are balanced and they are closed. So let us start with the cash account. If you remember, cash account is a real account. It is not a nominal account. It is not an account related to goods. That means how will a cash account be closed? Cash account will be closed by transferring its balance to either balance carried down or by balance carried down. So while balancing any account, whether it is personal, real, nominal, goods related, goods not related to goods, irrespective, first of all, what you have to do is you have to total the debit column, then you have to total the credit column. And if the debit column is equal to the credit column, then no need of balancing is there, because it automatically gets equal. Why are we doing the balancing? To make it equal. So if they are automatically getting equal, then you need not do the balancing. But if the debit side is more than the credit side, that means the deficiency is on the credit side, so you will write the balancing figure on the credit side as by balance carried down, or by trading account if it is goods related, or by profit and loss account if it is a nominal account. On the other hand, on the contrary, if credit side is more than the debit side, that means the deficiency is on the debit side, then there you will transfer the balancing figure. Balancing figure means the amount, the figure with which both that column gets tallies. So balancing figure will be posted in this case on the debit side as to balance carried down, or to trading account if it is goods related, or to profit and loss account if it is nominal account transactions. So since cash is a real account, it is not related to goods, therefore its balance will be transferred to balance carried down or by balance carried down. So what you need to do is, first of all, excluding the balancing figure. So if you remember the previous example, we just had 4 transactions in cash account. 2 on the debit side, 2 capital account 30,000 and 2 interest account 500. And on the credit side also you had 2, buy purchase account 20,000 and buy rent account 1,000. So if you see, the total of debit side is 30,500 and total of the credit side was 21,000. That means debit side is more than the credit side. So whenever debit side is more than the credit side, the account is said to have a debit balance. Vice versa, when the credit side is more than the debit side, then the account is said to have a credit balance. Anyways, in this case, debit side is more than the credit side. That means the deficiency is on the credit side. And how much is the deficiency? What is the balancing figure? What will be the amount with which both the column will be equal? How you will get it? 30,500, that is total of debit column, minus the total of credit column, that is 21,000. So the balancing figure, the amount with which both the column will get equal, is 9,500. And this balancing figure has to be put on the credit side to make it equal. So you will write by balance carried down, that is CD. This is very important, 9,500, and then you will show the subtotal which will be equal, that is 30,500 on the debit side and 30,500 on the credit side. Now one more very important thing which you need to do is what you have written as by balance carried down. This happens only in case where you have written balance carried down. Where you have written the side on which you have written by balance carried down or to balance carried down, that will be posted on the opposite side after showing the total balance. That will be written as, for example, here the balancing figure has been posted on the credit side as by balance carried down. Therefore, it will be shown, it will be brought forwarded on the opposite side, that is the debit side, after showing the totaling. And since you are putting it on the debit side, so you will start it with the word to. You will write to balance. Now since you are bringing forward the balance, therefore you will write to balance B/D, which stands for to balance brought down. And here you will not write the total amount, rather you will write the amount of balancing figure what you are writing for balance carried down. So here you will write to balance brought down 9,500. This is the way how you will balance and close the account. Coming to the capital account is a personal account, and again it is not a good related account, so therefore it will also be closed by again transferring the balance to balance carried down or brought down. If you remember the previous example, we just had one transaction in the capital account, that is on the credit side as by cash account 30,000. So when we total the debit side total was 0, credit side total was 30,000. That means here the credit side is more than the debit side, which means that capital account is having a credit balance. The deficiency is on the debit side. And how much is the deficiency? 30,000 minus 0, 30,000. So entire 30,000 will be posted on the debit side as to balance carried down. And then we will show the subtotal as 30,000 on both the sides. And the very important point, what you have written as carried down will be written as brought down on the opposite side, writing after the will be written after the showing or after you show the subtotal. So on the credit side I have written by balance BD brought down 30,000. Now listen children, very important thing. If you write brought down as carried down or you write carried down as brought down, then your marks will be deducted. Next, purchase account. Now remember children, purchase account is related to goods. So its balance will be transferred or it will be closed by transferring the balance to trading account. So if you remember the previous example, purchase account had only two items on the debit side, that too, two cash account 20,000 and two ash 20,000. On the credit side nothing was there. So when you total the debit side it came to 40,000. When you total the credit side it came to 0. So in this case the debit side is more than the credit side. That means this account also has a debit balance. The deficiency is on the credit side, so the amount of deficiency, that is the amount of 40,000, will be posted on the credit side as by trading account, because this is a good related account. So here the balance will be transferred to trading account 40,000. And since here we are closing, we are transferring the balance to somewhere, some account, trading or profit and loss account. Here we are not writing any balance carried down, therefore we will not write any balance brought down. Coming to ash is a real account. Basically ash is a personal account, we can say. Real when we talk about asset or liability, but genuinely ash is a personal account. It is not not related to goods or something like that. So here also we will transfer the balance to balance carried down or by balance carried down. So if you remember, there was only one transaction on the credit side of hash, that is buy purchase account 20,000, and debit side there was nothing. That means the credit side was more than the debit side with the entire amount of 20,000. So the balancing figure will be 20,000, which will be posted on the debit side as to balance carried down 20,000, and then we will show the subtotal. So since we have shown the balance carried down on the debit side, therefore on the credit side we'll brought it forward, we'll bring it forward, we'll write buy balance brought down 20,000. Then the rent account. Now remember children, rent is a nominal account. Therefore whatever will be the balance of rent account will be transferred to profit and loss account. So we had already shown debit side to cash account 1000. Now it's the same will be transferred to buy profit and loss account 1000. And since here we are closing the account by transferring its balance to some particular account, there is no balance carried down, therefore there will be no balance brought down as well. Same is the case for interest account. Credit side we showed buy a cash account 500. Since interest is also a nominal account, therefore we are transferring it on the debit side to profit and loss account as 500. So this is how the balancing is done children. I hope the topics discussed in this are clear to you. Now this is the assignment. Based on this part, you have to answer the following questions in your register. Question number 1, you have to state the meaning of ledger. Ledger is the book, it's a principal book where the similar nature transactions are classified in an account form. Question number 2, what do you mean by posting? So posting means when recording the journal entries in an account form in the book of ledger. Question number 3, how do we close accounts related to goods? So answer to this question can be accounts related to goods are closed by transferring its balance to trading account. Then how do we close nominal accounts? Nominal accounts are closed by transferring its balance to profit and loss account. Then the fifth point question, how do we close personal accounts and real accounts other than goods? Personal accounts or real accounts are closed by transferring its balance to balance carried down or by balance carried down. Then question number 6, you have to solve practical question number 1 of the chapter. Practical question means the questions which are given at the back of the chapter. You have to solve practical question number 1 of the chapter ledger from your accounts book by D.K. Goyal. So in the upcoming video, we'll be moving ahead with the chapter children. Just go through the video once again. Also, just consult your book, read the chapter, revise the video and solve the questions, and also go through the question which I have discussed in this video. Thank you children. Take care.